change this. Good morning, guys. Hold on for 1 sec, and there you go. Jeffrey, what's going on there this morning, young man?
Well, we got a soggy morning up here in Napa.
What is going on up there?
I don't know. I think we should change the name to Seattle.
Well, then what would they do?
I don't know.
It would be like they'd be under a waterfall. It would be like Yosemite in the month of May after a heavy winter, which is like.
Yeah.
And by the way, folks, if you've never been to Yosemite in the month of May, you got to carve that one out, because that's a real bucket list in terms of, oh my word, now that's some serious water.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was actually in Yosemite in 96 during the flood. And the Ahwahnee got shut down, and we were this close to getting airlifted out.
Whoa.
Very close.
Wow,
But we finally, they got because Highway 41, there was some trees down, and it rearranged the whole floor of the valley. When we left, we were in a 4-wheel drive Pathfinder. And when we left, the water was up to the bottom door seams as we went across the meadow.
Yeah.
And we took video of it. The whole thing was
that's
pretty
wild. That's wild.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that's not the situation here. We got another.
It's not raining that hard here either. It's not raining that hard here either. It's just misting right now.
Well, I got a full morning on the grass this morning. Got hit for 45 minutes with the Big O, 9:15 to 10, and then at 10 we got some doubles. Got Paul Wolf coming out today, along with the great Dan Burns and Rudy Sanchez. Rudy's got these seats at the BNP Stadium 1. So they give, I guess, 4 front row seats to each coaching box, and then there are probably a few seats behind that. But Rudy, so the coaches have got seats 1 through 4. Rudy has seats 5 and 6.
Nice.
So he's overhearing everything over there. Anyway, he's coming out today, so that'll be fun. Speaking of Indian Wells, I was out there yesterday, and I just love. I didn't go into any of the stadiums other than Stadium 7, one of the temporary outside stadiums, to watch my buddy Bruce, who's coaching the girls, Gabby and Aaron, who won the U.S. Open doubles. That was embarrassing. So was it last year? Maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah. Anyway, just, they're in this big stadium all by themselves, and the coach and another coach in there. It was fascinating to just sort of watch them warm up for an hour and get ready for their match last night, which unfortunately they went down 12-10 in the third set super tiebreaker. But, for one, Aaron's all of 6'2". And, standing next to her when you meet her is kind of like, oh boy. Oh boy. Anyway, but just a sweetheart. Couldn't be nicer. But boy, those girls really hit the ball big. And I was telling you before we went live, Jeff, that the volleys are prepped so amazingly early.
Yeah.
And there's no taking anything off the ball. Even though the ball's just a heat-seeking missile coming in, and it's just there, and it's super what we're actually talking about today, which is a stable platform, which I know is one of your big deals, and I'm going to let you kind of go off on that. So without further ado, let's get into this. And, this is just one of the beauties of Indian Wells, is that you get to be right on top of the practice courts. This is Karen Kachanoff. Obviously, if you've never seen this forehand, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. But there's a common denominator here that, as I said in the email this morning to everybody, I don't care what kind of forehand you've got, whatever works for you in terms of being consistent. If it's not consistent, then let's make some change. But the one thing that helps a forehand in fact, all shots, I was talking about the volleys with the girls, is a stable platform to do two things. Number one, receive the ball with a stable platform. And then number two, be able to, in this case, just swing away from that stable platform rather than getting the upper body kind of leading everything on it. So, Jeffrey, I'll let you take it away.
I think the picture is just a, I love that. Go back to that one. Go back to it because it's just so.
Go back to the still.
Yeah, yeah. So, and a little bit before that, let's keep going back. I want to get to that. His prep into this platform. Can we do that?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Backhand. Boom. There's the right there, that whole thing, his whole upper body, and right there, right? He loads on the right foot, but he's there. He drops the left foot. There's a little bit of weight that goes on it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's a still. Okay. It's deciding to take its time.
I'll wait here.
Okay, there you go. Got it?
Here's what's really critical is that a lot of misinterpretation happens about stepping into the ball. I think it's one of the worst phrases ever invented. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's a traditional phrase, and back in the day, we hit the ball a little different, right? Strokes were much more linear. You were trying to get your body into it as you turned in. A lot of the classic details of it. But this idea of stepping into the ball, many players misinterpret that, and they end up with their upper body hanging out over the front foot.
That's right.
And you can see by this, his weight is still behind his front foot as he hits that. And only after contact, this is another point I want to make, does his right foot release a little bit and then come around. I see a lot of posts on YouTube, junior, practice and blah, blah, blah. And you see them practicing the swing and allowing that back foot to swing out and around, be it a forehand or a backhand. And many times that foot is released pre-contact. And all I can tell you is, if you're releasing that foot pre-contact, you've just altered your swing path.
Yeah.
Because your right shoulder is coming around with the right hip, and it's all moving everything a little bit to the right. So the idea is that, can you be this stable? Boom. Right? I mean, you can see that he's still behind that left foot. And I think that's just a critical understanding of what it means to be on a stable platform at contact.
I think the other thing to add to that is that if this is a match, a real match, and I'm talking about at this level, at all levels, you got to create that stable platform to swing away from. But at the same time, you've got to be ready to move forward. If your intention, let's say, is to go back up the middle, but you're a hair early, and if you're right-handed, it goes over to your left to the corner. If you're a hair late, it goes to the right. You've got to be able to move forward through this and take advantage. So, and I think we all see a lot of players who, I see it in the pro tour, where they hit off this beautiful platform and they're either a hair early or a hair late, or maybe intentionally they go for a corner.
Right.
And I just yell, "Go!" Oh my God.
Right.
Get going.
Yeah. But
okay.
That's just.
Okay. I hold that thought for a second.
Okay.
Okay. So we're looking at one of the extreme forehands here in the game. All right. And I'm not promoting this grip. I'm not promoting the gull wing setup. What I am promoting, though, is that there's this instant prep and the platform. So, all right. So the guy misses this. Now, look at the left. The coach is on your left here. I want you to look at this, Jeff. Grip, grip, grip. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is like Continental Central right here.
Holy moly, look at that.
So here's a obviously an older guy who's the coach. He's got the Continental, damn near an Eastern backhand, if I might.
Soft Eastern backhand.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want you to look at the
Look at that.
Hey, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
matter.
And here's a coach for a guy with maybe the most extreme forehand out there, other than that other kid, Ernest Gulbis, who really went going on it. Right. But there's lots of different ways. You can call it a feed grip. It is, but who knows? He may have, Mike TT, he might have played this way too back in the day. We don't know. Yeah,
but kudos to you for catching the Continental Grip out in the wild.
It was out in the wild, right?
Right. You got your trail cam. You got your trail cam up there, right? Waiting, like, right. Here it comes.
Yeah. It's a night cam. It's got the beady yellow eyes.
Yeah, even that, like looking at let's do that. Let's do the open stance here on the forehand, right? Open stance forehand. He drives up with the right leg. And what I want you to notice is that he ends up on the left foot as a byproduct of uncoiling. He doesn't drive right to left. That's another habit, a miscue from players is they get coiled up on the right, or they never really establish the right, and they push right to left. And now you're altering your swing path. He's driving, he's coiling and uncoiling. That's a down and up proposition. In that proposition, as he uncoils, his inertia carries him to his left foot. Really critical to understand that, again, open stance, perfectly stable, up and down proposition, not a right to left proposition.
Yeah. How about the kid, Luca Nardi, last night?
Holy moly. That kid, talk about, what I thought was fascinating is that he could generate, like when Alcaraz uncoils out of nowhere and hits the ball at, a zillion miles an hour, watching Nardi occasionally, all of a sudden out of nowhere, just crack a forehand cross court that was unleashed. It was fascinating.
I think at that level, that's the only chance you've got to, I think you got to redline it for most of the time. But I felt like his mindset for redlining wasn't necessarily frantic, or it wasn't stressful. It was just like, okay, well, maybe this is a practice session, and I'm just going to let her go. I'm just going to let her go. But I just felt like he handled the moment so unbelievably well. Here's a kid who's won four, literally count four, not even a handful.
And didn't he lose to number 400 in the world last week or something?
He did, and he lost a fellow countryman, Italian. Might have been Mazzetti. Last year, Love and Love. Wow. I mean, that's yeah. So he's got some good message from his camp.
Oh, I think the Italian men right now are like, and women. Actually, there's the new little Italian gal too, who's pushing the boundaries too. I think whatever they got going on over there, they're doing a good job.
And here's the other thing I was thinking about last night too, because this kid Nardi's got a toolbox that's like, in an F450. It's a big toolbox and very talented. And I just thought, I wonder if Carlito over the last couple of years is starting to get into these guys' minds, look, in terms of, we can be way more creative than just, as we're looking here. I don't think Kachanov is nearly anywhere near that kind of creative in terms of,
I would agree.
Maybe not his fault. Maybe he's been so inundated with, and he's old enough that he's been having to hit this thing forever.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the different grips that these guys have got.
Yeah.
And that was my thing with Fed. Everyone says, well, why do you think Fed's so good? And I think he's got more grips, hand placement than anyone else out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And Alcaraz, of course, exactly. Same. Just his ability to move from one grip seamlessly to the next, to do what he wants. He sees it in his head and like, oh, let me go.
Yeah.
With
So
no,
anyway, well, guys, look, hope this has been helpful today. If you ever get a chance, whether you're at Indian Wells or you're at any of these other big tournaments that allow you to get near the practice courts, spend 82.5% of your time there.
Yeah.
Because it just the sound of the ball is different than obviously the TV. Sound of the ball is different if you're up high in one of the stadium bowls. And just the movement is insane. The movement's insane. Look at early prep. Look at early racket prep and just go, if these guys can make it look like they're waiting for the ball, incoming ball at that ball speed, shouldn't we train ourselves to have that as a fundamental?
Yeah. There's plenty of time. Plenty of time at whatever level you're playing at. There is plenty of time to prep, get your framework right, get your spacing right, and stop and hit the ball. Doesn't matter what your level of it. It's all relative. If you're a 3-5, if you're a 4-0, 4-5, blah, blah, blah. The only thing you're going to come up against is that as you push the next level, you're going to find that the ball's moving consistently a little bit faster through the court, and that takes then a little more work on your part to up the ante. Oh, I guess I got to prep a little faster now. One level requires one level of prep. The next level requires a little bit faster, a little bit faster. But here's the key. The time is there. The time is there.
Yeah. A couple of things to think about. Number one, for me, what helps me prep early is really a really relaxed grip, really soft hands in the racket as my opponent's just about to make contact, to make sure that I can react with my shoulders to getting them turned. If the ball's to my right, forehand, ball's to my left, backhand. Or if ball's right at me, quickly choose. But if you've got too much grip tension as your opponent is just about to make contact, you might be able to get out of that forward-facing ready position, but you're not going to do it very quickly.
No.
So really soft hands. And if you think about it, if we ever firm up the grip pressure, the only moment of time is really here. And even at contact.
At contact, right.
That.
Yeah. Again,
you don't need much.
No, you're not white knuckling the racket.
No.
You're not doing that. Here's another, here's the good news. You only have two choices. It's a forehand or a backhand.
That's right.
Right. So
there's not a third choice. Huh? Yeah. Look, guys, here's another way to measure to see how quickly you're getting turned. When you're returning serve, singles or doubles, and especially on the first serve, which in theory is coming a little bit quicker than the second serve, if that server serves their serve into the net, see where you are. See how far you've turned when that serve hits the net. And if you're not fully turned, continue the turn. So you're telling your brain, hey, by the time that serve crosses the net, I got to be all the way 100% turned with my shoulders. Don't think racket back as much as just think, I got to get the shoulders prepped. And if you do that, the racket naturally gets ready. But that's a great measuring. Great measuring.
Yeah, it's a good measuring
opportunity.
Stick, good measuring tool. Yeah. I know that it's something I returned pretty well. I spent a lot of time on it in my development. And Sherm Stever, he coached me, and Joe Myers for a while. And one of our drills was he would start serving at the baseline, normal serving progression. And then after 10 serves, he would take 2 steps in and serve from there. So every time we were upping he didn't have to serve any harder. We were just shortening the distance until he was standing literally a foot or so behind the service line, serving full. And we're taking the same position and having to react and prep and go. And I can tell you there's enough time.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. All right, guys, look, hope today has been helpful. Look, if you like today's episode, please click the like button. Be sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you are always alerted anytime I go live and or upload new content. I'm actually on my okay, let's slow down, Brenny, for just 1 second here. A bit on my afternoon 2:30. Tough love with the Tennis Mindset Project. I'm actually doing some more pre-records just because I don't know. I just got too much going on right now. So, but that's not. I'm still putting content out there, Jeff.
You're just a content creator. You can't stop it. You can't stop it.
No.
You can't stop it.
Yeah. But here's the thing: if you need some extra coaching, if you need some one-on-one coaching, I happen to be available in several different ways. Number one, we can do some on-court stuff. I've got Dan F. from Michigan coming out.
Yeah.
Starting tomorrow.
Come on, Dan.
Yeah. He's my ideal kind of student. I mean, there is some tough love because he sends me a video every week. Yeah. There's a lot of, man, oh my, oh baby, oh God, oh yeah, oh I love that. And there's a Dan. Now wait a minute.
Yeah. And you got to smack him across the knuckles with the ruler.
A little bit. And yet he goes, I get it. Yep. I see that. I see it. There's no, I think a lot of times where we're coaching, whether it's on court or video conferencing, where there's just enough level of kind of self-protection when they receive the advice.
Yeah, they want to defend their position.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And all I'm telling you is that always consider it. Always at least first consider it. And if you're not 100% sure that you should go in the self-defense thing, after considering it, just give it a shot. Just give it a try.
Yeah.
And just see what happens. And do the see what happens more than just once in a while. Well, I'll try it once or twice. And if it doesn't work, screw it. That didn't work for me. Yeah. Well, guess what? I don't think Jeff Jacklich over there was told to do a couple things. And then all of a sudden, boom.
No.
He's on the tour. He's in Asia. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's in the Philippines. He's doing
The critical part of that process is that is it a situation that you'd want to be in again? Did you actually follow through with the idea, whatever it was, the pattern or whatever? And then did you end up with the ball on your strings that you would want again? And the thing is that when you're doing this new thing, whatever it might be, you find yourself in uncharted waters, and a lot of times you will miss because it's uncharted waters. You've never been in that position before. You've never been in that place before, even though it might be technically kind of an easy shot. A lot of times those first few, as we're attempting this, get missed because this is new. It's uncharted waters. And so you've got to wait a second. You have to step back and go, would I want to be in that situation again with the ball on my strings in that situation? And the answer, of course, is yes. And if you answer yes, then you keep going.
Yeah. So beautiful. That's a great topic for this afternoon, Jeffrey.
Woohoo.
Yeah. Stop being self-conscious. Stop being defensive stuff. Yeah, but no, just try it. So what? Thank you. Guys, look, if you want some coaching, everyone's going, screw these guys. Anyway.
A couple of mumblers.
Hit me up, Brent at WebTennis.com. We'll schedule a 15-minute free video conference call where you can tell me where you're at right now and where you want to go. And I'm going to then let you know if I think I've got something that'll help you bridge that gap between where you are and where you want to go. And you can make the decision if you think it might be a good fit for you. Brent at WebTennis.com. Jeff is up there in Napa, California, Northern California. Jeff at Jacklich365.com.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. I'm going back out to Indian Wells Thursday. And my plan is I'm going to shoot a lot of video on the practice course.
Nice.
A lot. And just see what I got. All right, guys. Hope this has been helpful today. We covered a lot. So you might want to go back and review it.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in there today.
Yeah. Thanks for all the great comments. Susan, love his feet. They never stop moving. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, look, here's something talking about feet never stop moving. I like to do the short court warm up. I'll be the first to admit I like that in the mornings because it's an opportunity for me, Jeff, to get my feet going and never stop.
Mm-hmm.
And so I never really come in. I mean, when you're tapping the ball back and forth from the service line, sure, there's a little bit of a minuscule split step as that guy's about to tap it back to you. But what I like is just to keep the feet going as I'm playing the ball too. So I'm kind of tiptoeing through the shot as I hit it. Now, one thing when you do that is that you not only keep the feet going, you get them going for the day. You're telling your brain, I got to have some footwork going here. But if you tiptoe through a shot, you've got back to today's theme, which is that stable platform. Think about it. You're tiptoeing through it or whatever, you're shuffling your feet through it, but you can't be off balance when you do that, or else it's all about upper body getting too far forward and then you're sort of falling and just kind of recovering from balance. So short court, get the feet going, then move back, keep the feet going, and your brain's going to go, oh, that's right. That's what we do. Okay, good. Because I was worried about that for a second when you stopped a few times and didn't do anything. I was thinking, what? Have we changed something here? No. All right, gang, that's it. Again, hope this has been helpful. Any more comments? Mark, thanks for the excellent session today. And Mike TT, good stuff, as always. If you want to leave some more comments or remarks down below, always love to read that, and we'll definitely respond. If you want to keep the conversation private, just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. It is time. We got to get out there, wherever you are. We got to help another human being today, just one, but do it. Help them have a great day. Guys, see you again next time.